Good afternoon. I must admit that I have a problem. Other people have stray puppies that come in their yard, they feed them a while and they stay. I have stray cars that show up in my yard and they stay. Yeah. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, we have a new little project that has happened, just developed in the last 24 to 48 hours. And I think it's going to be an exciting little project. But as you know, we have rebuilt a Mustang for Braden, front to back, all the way through, 67 model. And we took a road trip from the Natchez Trace all the way up. And I don't know, I got to knocking around and realized it would be terrible if I put all of that knowledge we learned in that car to waste, because literally we built a Mustang front to back. We know every inch of the thing. So guess what? Another Mustang has shown up, and it's actually a 1967 model. So this is going to be mine and Lori's car, my wife. We're going to design this however we want. So we'll have matching father, mother, son Mustangs when we can go to car shows. And also, Lori and I are thinking about a big road trip in this thing. And when I say big, I'm talking about big. Now, we're going to do a little more talking on that before we reveal what that is. But this car is going to be designed for a major cross-country road trip. Let me show you what has shown up in my yard. Okay, you can't tell me that if this showed up in your yard that you would just pass it up. I mean, look at that. Look at that car. Look. Isn't that a beautiful car? Even without a motor in it, that car looks like it will go fast. So this is a 1967 Mustang. First of all, look at those wheels. How many of you ages of, let's say, 45 to 65 have not looked in a magazine and salivated about Cragar SS wheels, chrome wheels on your ride with some Cooper Cobra or BF Goodrich white letter tires? Come on now, think, dig down deep, because I know that I'm not the only person on the face of this earth that has felt that way. And I have never been able to afford a set because they were just out of my price range. But guess what? Today, I have some Cragar SS wheels and Cooper Cobra tires. Now, granted, they have a lot of rust. They're probably not worth what they were when they were purchased. And the tires appear to be about 25 to 30 years old. So I'm sure we're going to have to do something about that. But look, just look. Does that not make the car look wonderful? I mean, regardless of the shape of these, that's what's going to go back on this car because it just looks so good on it. Just look one more time. You got to. Oh, that just makes the hair stand on your neck. All right, so as you can see, it has no power plant. It does not. However, look, this car is in great shape. There's a bad spot right down here on the floorboard, and I'll get to that in a minute. But otherwise, it's solid. It is solid. I'm gonna have to replace this valance here. It's had a lot of work done on it. But I might can fix that and put a battery box. We'll see. But on Braden's car, all of this was rusted out. I mean, every bit. I had to replace, even this panel over here was completely rusted out, and this section right here was rusted out, and this car has none of that. So we're starting off with a much better car than we started off with. Now, I will say, the worst part on these cars is down in here. Right under this section right here is an air hole. It's an air exchange box. And water goes in here, and over time, leaves and trash and refuse fall in here and gather around this raised box. And it rusts around the edge of this. And what happens is when it rains, water will go straight into the floorboard in the car, and that's what rusts the floorboard out. So if you don't take this whole cowl section off and fix this right here, and it's on both sides actually, you will never have a good car, especially one that you can take out in the rain and not get your whole floorboard completely flooded. But look at that fender, isn't that nice? Door, no rust in the bottom. There's a, that's not poking through rust, but it's a little surface rust right there. But usually the worst part is right in here. A good quarter panel. This is what I absolutely didn't want to do again, was do another quarter panel. but these seem to be solid, and that's one reason this project is going to be undertaken. All right, let's go on around. The glass is in great shape, not even a crack in the windshield. The car has been taken apart some. I don't have a key to the trunk, so I can't let you in there to see just yet, but I have an idea of how I might get in the trunk. There's a lot of goodies in there, I just haven't been able to get to them. This side of the car is a little dirtier. It must have been sitting under a tree and this was exposed a little bit more, but still great shape. No rust through, body lines look good. But let's get to this front fender. Ooh, yeah, that's nasty. That's nasty right there. I don't think that's going to be able to be pulled out. It's actually folded up here, so that's going to be near impossible to fix. But good news is that whole fender, which bolts on, is only about $200 at National Parts Depot. So that's not a deal breaker by any means. Up here in the front, the grill and all, I think is in the trunk, or some of it's in the back seat actually. But the valence is going to have to be replaced. This is called a rock guard. That's going to have to be replaced. Looked like somebody tried to pull the car by that at one point in time. And the hood is missing, but that's okay. That's only about $250 on National Parts Depot as well. When you work on a Mustang, you're going to realize that everything's about $250. Whenever you want to buy something, just go ahead and get $250 out of the account and get ready, because that's how much it's going to cost. All right, let's look inside. Are you ready for the magic? Yeah, maybe not as magical as Disney World. However, you have to look past a lot of the stuff to appreciate what's going on here. Look at the seats. I mean, yeah, we got a little tear right here, but it's not all the way through. Got a little tear right there. But look, 50-year-old seats. Why can't those be shined up? That one over there, I don't think it has any issues. I think a little nice rubbing and caressing on them, they'll be just fine. Console car. Looky, looky, looky. Our other Mustang does not have a console. And you've got a place for 8-track tapes right there. Right there. 2 8-track tapes right at your fingertips at any point in time you want them. So that is awesome. Even have a extra stereo in there. That'll have to reach a long way over there to change the channel, but I guess if he's desperate and wants to do it, he can do it. It's showing, what? 3,203 miles. Yeah, that's probably 103, maybe even 203, who knows. The only weak place in the car that I have been able to find, and I can't see it just yet, I've seen it from underneath, is this floor pan right here is rusting out, because that water that I was telling you about is coming under the dash and lands right here and basically stays and sits, and that's what rusts these cars out. But that seems to be the only weak spot. Of course, there has been water here, and look how pretty that is. Isn't that awesome? I think I might clean it up before Lori gets in here just a little bit. So we have a headliner, even though it's sagging in some spots. We're probably going to have to replace that. Well, not probably to it, because I hear rust falling up there on top of that. But even the back seat is in excellent condition. There is nothing wrong with that, I believe. We might could clean that up and shine it up and be good for a little bit. So, the color of the car. This is not the original color, by the way. I'm wanting to say, you can always look in the door jambs and see that this is the original color. From what I have researched, this is a night mist blue. And it's a darker blue with a little bit of flake in it. But somebody has put this lighter blue on there. But it does match the seats relatively well. But I think originally, the best I can tell, the dash was that lighter color blue. And the door trim panels was that light color. I think that's original. But the actual exterior color is that night mist blue, which would match more of the inserts of the seat. And by the way, the data plate is missing on the car, so that's why I'm speculating a little bit. The data plate is usually right there, but it is missing. However, if you didn't know it, the VIN number is actually etched into the fender right here. So that 7 means that it is a 67. That T, I believe, means that it is a, or is manufactured in New Jersey. And there's another number, I think it's 01 right here, that means it is a coupe. That's a, you know, 2-door coupe, not a fastback or a convertible. But that's all the information that I can get from the VIN number because the data plate is gone. But that's okay. We might put the car back to original. I mean, it'd be a shame without, you know, going back with some of that original looking interior because it just looks nice. Or we might completely design it however we want. Who knows? Oh, the drivetrain going in it. It's going to be a V8. I will tell you that. And I think it's not in my possession yet, but the motor I'm getting is the original motor in this car. So that would be a 289 V8 with a C4 automatic transmission. And I'm hoping when this is said and done, this is going to be an all numbers matching original car as well. So it's going to be a good project. It's not going to take 4 years like Braden's Mustang because literally we had to build the whole car from the bottom of that windshield all the way through the trunk. We had to put new quarter panels on it. We had to redo the valences and everything in the back end, and we had to do a lot of work underneath. The supports were gone and the floor around this area, and all of that is good in this car. So this is going to be a quick turnaround project, and I'm thinking road trip in about a year. I think we can do it. As good a shape as this car's in. So thank you for watching, and I'm excited about sharing this project or the progress of this Mustang as we go along. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be mine and my wife's little empty nest car. We hadn't exactly named it yet, but I know it will name itself in the very near future. All right, let's see. Let me get this seat back off. Yeah, it wants to come. I think it's supposed to just pop up. Well, the good news is I hadn't fallen through the floorboard down here. It seems to be pretty solid. Ooh, there's a big spider. Okay. You know what? I think I remember from Braden's car, there were some screws down here in the bottom, and they're right in the middle of that rat's nest right there. So let me pause, get the rat nest out of the way, and I'll be back. All right, just took a bolt out, and I think the seat's gonna come out at this point. Let's see. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. Let me get this out of here. Okay, are you as excited as I am to see what kind of treasures we can find in the trunk? This no telling. I thought this car has been sitting for 20-something years. So let's get you around here. All right, here's what we're looking at. All right. Okay, let's take this down. Now look, there might be an animal come out of here. Hold on to your britches. If it is, because ain't no telling what we're about to find. Let me get my trusty light. Oh, look at here. Look at here. Yes. Woo. Look at here. Hey, a Florida tag. 6 of 05. It is quite possible that this car has been sitting up since 05. If that's the last tag. We've got the original jack. That's nice. That's nice. Let me look, see if there's not any animals up here. You know, snakes are bad about getting way up in these cracks and crevices, especially if there's mice in a car. Snakes will get there so that they can have lunch. at some point in time. All right, look at all that blue, that night mist blue. I wanted to see the top of the trunk because usually folks won't repaint the top of the trunk, or the bottom of the trunk rather. It's just too hard to get to. Okay, so what we also have is, what is this? Oh, that's a cover that goes over that thing in the front. Somebody tried to fix that, there it is. Somebody tried to fix that water leak in the front that was happening in the floorboard. That's a trick that you can do, is put a piece of plastic over that so water won't go in there. Hey, what have I found? Oh, it fell off. Tell me. Don't tell me. That's a 1/2 inch. It can't be. What size is that? That is a 7/16. Or is it I can't tell, but look, I'm recouping the cost of the car right there. That's gonna go in the toolbox. That's gold. I mean, that's good stuff. 7/16 get lost all the time. All right, these things are the pieces that go on the tail lights. There's some seals for the tail lights. Here are the actual tail light housings themselves. Those are pretty. They're in good shape. They're okay. Look at here. Gas cap. Nice. Oh, that's a beautiful gas cap, isn't it? That one might be in good enough shape to use. I know it's cracked a little bit, but you know, when you're... Ooh, I hear something. I think I hear a mouse. If it goes running across, just hold on to your lunch, okay? All right, so we got more of the tail light stuff over here. Not sure what that's about. Somebody's put a piece of board or a piece of wood in there. I guess that was intended to kind of keep stuff from falling off in the side of the quarter panel there. All right, well, that's about it. That's about it. I'm excited about that tag. That kind of gives you a good idea of how long this car has been sitting up. In 05, it's not going to be long from 20 years, you know it? Okay, well, we have a lot to have to clean up, and I probably ruined that mouse's house there. Hopefully he's gone. Feel like I need to go take a shower now. Yep. All right, there we go. There's the evaluation of the car. Thank you all for watching. God bless, and we'll keep you posted on what's going to happen on this project. Goodbye.